Hey guys, John Ross here, and I am excited to share with you today the brand new Ohm version 2 brought to you by MzoFx. So before we get started, let's take a look and see what I'm working with. First, we have my Squier Affinity Jazzmaster. This one has dual humbuckers, in this case GFS Dream 180 humbuckers. My pedal board is pretty standard, but all the tones you'll be hearing today will be the Ohm into a Westminster Effects Geneva AC30 amp and cab sim. So you'll be hearing those tones pretty unaltered by microphones and things like that. All analog circuitry from the guitar all the way into the audio interface. So should be a pretty good way to check this thing out. So let's go ahead and check out my clean tone. I'll be starting with the bridge pickup, both controls on the guitar maxed out. No other pedals other than a reverb on. Now let's check out the neck pickup. Next up, we're going to go down to the Ohm, set everything right about noon, and go ahead and start messing with this thing and see what it can do. All right, let's go ahead and click that Ohm on. Now, as you can hear, there is a lot of game on tap. That drive knob is at noon, and it's pretty crazy. So we're going to start tweaking some knobs, and I'm going to walk you through what I'm doing, and you can hear it as I hear it, and we'll go from there. Okay, to start off with, we're going to just have everything right at noon again, and let you hear how that sounds by itself. Now, the first control we always think about on an overdrive pedal is the drive button. It's not a button, it's a knob. It goes like this. Now, the first thing we always think of an overdrive pedal is the drive knob. So let's go ahead and round it all the way down to around 9 o'clock and see what it has to give us. Ooh. Okay, so apparently rolling the drive all the way down to 0 in this case still allows signal to pass through the rest of the circuit, and it sounds pretty tasty doing it, which is kind of cool. Okay, I like that a lot. Let's roll it back up to that 9 o'clock position. And from there, we're going to go past 12 o'clock, and we're going to go to 3 o'clock and see what happens. Man, this thing can get naughty, sinful, I might say it. All right, and let's go ahead and max that drive knob out. Whew. Man, that is gnarly and a lot more than I thought this thing could do. All right, let's take the drive back to noon. And we'll go ahead and take this next knob, the treble knob, and roll that all the way down and see what happens, and we'll go up from there. Okay, now that's a sound I like quite a bit with this guitar. You know, I think going into the Geneva Sim, which is kind of an AC30 thing, gives a little bit of extra high end. And I did not expect that treble control to do that. That is pretty cool. Almost has a kind of like a tube screamer response with that wound down like that. For reference, we'll put it back at noon and then we'll go ahead and wind it up. Wow, I like that a lot, all the way bottomed out. That's really nice. That is really nice. Let's go ahead and wind it all the way up. Those of you with hearing issues, you're soon to not be alone, as the rest of us are going to have them, I think. Woo, doggy! Okay, that is bitey. That is really bitey, but it's not crazy. It's bitey, but it's not crazy, which is pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at noon for the sake of the demo, but I'm going to remember. I am going to remember. I'm down here on the floor doing pedals. I'm going to remember that I like it wound all the way down. All the way down. All right, now let's take a look at that timbre knob. And here is our noon o'clock setting, just for reference. All right, let's take that timbre roll all the way down. And let's go ahead and roll it all the way up. All right, so it seems to be giving some sparkle to it without getting the sizzle. I would search for a word for that, but I think the word is timbre. Right. It's not timbre. It's timbre. So I'm gonna try something. We're gonna go a little bit out of order here. I'm gonna roll the treble knob all the way down, back to that setting that I liked it. Back to noon, just to make sure I still like it. Yes, still like it. Let's go ahead and then boost that timbre then. Wow, this thing can do so much. Holy mackerel. Okay, so I had to just pop up. This thing is awesome. Okay, so I haven't even touched the cut switch or the texture knob. I've just left those alone, and I've got nothing but like completely usable tones. Like completely usable tones. This is insane. Like, it's fantastic. I mean, sure, I liked it everything else at noon, and the treble rolled all the way down. That was great, but then I rolled the timbre all the way up, and then that was even better. And then you rolled the timbre all the way down, and it's still awesome. And it doesn't really sound like any other overdrive pedal. It just sounds like it, but different. It's fantastic, man. Wow, I'm gonna go play with it some more. Let's go. Okay, and we're back. Let's turn that timbre up. All right, we are back to good old noon o'clock on our pedal here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this texture knob. Now, this thing is weird. This thing is straight up goofy. but take a look at it. Okay, yeah, so noon, you know what it sounds like. I'm gonna just hit a chord and then roll that down to see what changes it makes. All right, roll it back up for reference. You notice right there in the middle, it gets a little compressed. It clips a little differently, and it kind of squashes the signal. So you have a little more dynamic range down here. But when I move it up here, you can feel it kind of just squash like that. Everyone do that with me. Squash like that. That's what it's doing. Now let's crank it all the way up. Now, I've already played with this a little bit. This is where it gets crazy. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, so here's the thing. This pedal has two completely separate clipping circuits in it. Completely separate. Let's go back, all the way down. And all the way up. Two. Okay, so stick with me for a second. This is insane. Two drive circuits, two clipping circuits in one box. That's old hat. Everyone's done it. JGS has done it. Westminster's done it. MzoFx has done it. Everyone's done it. Not like this, though. This is completely different. So there's two separate clipping circuit magic tunnel tube things. And drive controls one, and texture controls the other, which explains why the drive rolled completely down still past signal. Oh, see, yeah. I got it now. Okay, that's really cool. Now, if you notice when I turned that texture all the way up, we did get a bit of a volume drop, and that's because it's clipping a bit more. And since it's clipping a bit more, the signal is getting squashed down. We're losing some dynamics, losing some output. So I'm gonna go back down to ye old pedal board and kind of turn that up, turn the output up, mess around with some things. Once again, let's go. Wowzers. So you can get some crazy stuff going on here. My microphone is being weird. Okay, so notice how the low end is getting just a little hairy. Let's go ahead and turn the next thing on, the cut switch. So we're going to roll that back to noon where I liked it. Roll the output down so I don't die. There we go. Butter, smooth like gravy. We're going to turn this cut knob. It's not a knob, it's a switch. It goes like this. And we're going to go boop. And now we have just turned on a low pass filter. You are now an electrician, and look at this. A lot more clarity. Let's crank this back up. Turn this up a little bit more to compensate. shouldn't play stuff like that. Okay, so here's the next thing. The guy who runs MzoFx sent me a message. His name's Justin. He's an awesome guy. If you have any questions about his stuff, just go ahead and give him a jingle. And like you have his phone, give him a, whatever, give him a tip thing. Yeah. Anyways, Justin sent me a message and, well, to describe how some of this stuff works. So check this out. The texture knob acts like a compressor and limiter during the first half of travel, and slightly asymmetrical clipping from noon o'clock on. That's pretty sweet. So here's an experiment that he wanted me to try. And so we're gonna go back down to the pedal board and we're gonna run through this in real time. I haven't even tried it yet. All right, we're gonna turn the drive down. Texture to 1 o'clock. And the timbre controls saturation and voicing. All right, well, let's see what we got. Neck, bridge pickup now. And listen to that. Don't listen to that, that was terrible. And listen to that, that is awesome. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Let's go ahead and leave the drive down, roll the texture all the way up and see what happens. And you can get some pretty sweet stuff. I kind of want to boost that, so I'm going to use this pedal to boost it. See, boost. Say it with me. Boost. Okay. That's on neck. That was on the neck pickup. A little flubby. Let's turn it onto the bridge pickup and do that again. Lousy playing, sorry. So here's the next thing to try. Let's roll, all this up. Maybe not the treble. Maybe not the treble. All this up. And I'll see what it says. Oh, buddy. Always wanted a fuzz pedal. I guess I've got one. Okay, I'm going to now take the cut switch, flip it up to lose some of that low end that is causing that fuzzy breakup, and now I've got distortion. My guitar fell down. Let's try that again. That's killer. That's one pedal. One pedal doing all of that. Now let's see, let's go back to my favorite setting here and see if it's still my favorite. So clear. It's so clear. It's awesome. I mean, I don't need these anymore. Oh, we're still boost. Let's so boosted. Oh, mercy sakes. Little Phil Wickham jam. So let's take a second and just think about what we've done with this thing. So we had like light transparent drive, a la Klon-ish sort of thing. Yeah, I'm gonna make comparisons to other pedals because you know what those sound like. Trust me, this doesn't sound like those. This is just, it's its own thing and it's wonderful because of it. But I'm gonna use comparisons to other ones that you may recognize just to get a feel for it. So we've had a transparent kind of tube screamery thing. Said no one ever. A transparent clonish sort of thing. We've had a very clear tube screamery, little bit of mid boost, but that mostly just that really great saturation. We've had mid gain. And even high gain tones. We've had fuzz and really decent distortion that I don't know will be getting used on this stage anytime soon. But I mean, it's certainly a usable sound, as everything is on this pedal. I'm floored. I am absolutely floored, because by turning knobs, we got 6, 7, 8 completely different tones out of one pedal. I mean, you're talking like micro boards. There you go. No more drive. You don't need it. You need to change settings between songs. You just bend down or use your foot and wind one of the knobs up. Completely different tone. I'm speechless. That, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's got this sort of laser cut brushed aluminum aesthetic going on. The blue light, the soft touch switching, it really is built incredibly well. That puppy's not going anywhere. So thanks for hanging out today while I discovered what's quite possibly my new favorite overdrive pedal, and that is the Ohm version 2 from MzoFx. Go ahead and check it out. Head over to MzoFx.com to get your fix. It is available now, and go ahead and reach out to Justin there at Mzo, and he can hook you up. Once again, I've been John Ross, and you've been awesome. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you later.